I'm Demonac, and it's Elder Scrolls Legends time. Okay, I kind of thought the next thing to do would be to, go into the Versus arena and play against other people, because, the solo arena was pretty super easy, right? But it turns out you actually have a separate ranking for solo arena and a ranking for Versus arena, and it said in places that when you rank up into solo arena, it increases the challenge. So all those guys, I thought they were all kind of pathetic initially, but if we do it again a few times, it may actually get harder and obviously more interesting. Plus, it claims the rewards get better. And I already kind of was thinking I'd like to farm this and get some more rewards, more practice. So we're going to do another one of these. I feel more confident in my ability to get big rewards out of this. So let's see. My choices, Battle Mage, that's actually my current, constructed deck, which is with I don't remember the names of the elements, but whatever. Book and Strength. Or we have Book and Anvil. I have not played with the Anvil cards much at all. That's like the Imperial stuff or whatever. Oh, let's do this because that'll be different for me. Intelligence and Endurance. Yeah, exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. Trickery and Magic, they both do different sorts of things. And the sorcery has a lot of interaction type stuff. It also has some nukes, which are pretty good, like single target nuke. So this guy 4/2 for 4. When you summon him, you get a 0/4 with guard. So you're getting 4/6 worth of stats. One of them has guard, and one's on defense, one's on offense. That's really good. I like that. This guy is pretty okay. He's a 2/2 for 4, which seems terrible, but he deals 2 damage to an enemy creature right away, which is very useful. I don't know if he's great, he's just a little expensive and or small. I really wish he was a 2/3 or something, but he's still pretty good. If this guy wasn't so awesome sounding, I'd take him. This guy's also very good. Just 2/2 for 3, but every time you play another creature, he gives it +0/+2, permanently, as long as you play it while he's in play. So he's kick-ass, but we're going to take North Point Captain guy here, because he seems awesome. Necro... 4/4 for 5. If you have more health than your opponent, summon a random creature from your discard pile. I'm not a huge fan of those if you have more health things. Because that's fine if you're winning, but if you're not winning, it's not as fine. 4/8 regenerates for 7. So at the beginning of your turn, he heals to full. That's interesting. Because an 8 hit point regenerating minion is a lot, and with 4 attack, he should still be killing the things that hit him. Of course, I really like this skilled blacksmith guy. I don't know if I'm going to have as many items or as much of that sort of interaction in this as I do in my constructed deck. In my constructed deck, items are awesome. And there's a reasonable amount of stuff in the intelligence cards, but I should probably take him because he's also just perfectly good early game, but I kind of want this guy to beat the crap out of things eventually. He's more exciting to me because I haven't played him. This guy's lame. He's one of those commons that you get when you first start out, and then you're like, ew, I could have a card just like this, but with an ability that's awesome. 2/4 prophecy with 2/4 guard with prophecy I like. 2/6 guard with prophecy, but he costs 2 more mana. Just in this game, it's called Magicka, but I'm never going to change that. Mana is constant between so many things. Magicka equals mana, whatever. I don't think he's worth 2 more just for 2 more hit points. I think this guy's much more efficient. They both have guard. This thing 0/9 guard with prophecy. If you get it with a prophecy, it comes out for free. That'll save your butt. Gives this guy 2/2 for 4. He silences another creature and prophecy. That's pretty good. At the start of your turn, give another random friendly creature +1/+1. Okay, we're going with the shaman because this guy is awesome. +0/+3 and draw a card for 2 mana. I like that. That is 3 hit points makes a huge difference in how much stuff can kill. That's really how much they can L on you live. He's got 3/3 for 3, and he's actually a 3/5 guard if you get an endurance card on your top of your deck. So if the deck is evenly split, that's a 50/50 chance. And he's still 3/3 for 3 is not bad without it. Obviously not great, but not bad. Frenzied Wishman, he can just make himself a 4/2. So that and the flexibility of being able to give the +2/+1 to something else, he's actually quite good. But I want this draw me more cards. And if I get more item-based guys trigger. Okay, I probably shouldn't take another one of him. He's very expensive, and he doesn't even do huge damage to finish your opponent. He's just kind of expensive board control. Parasite, Nereid, whatever. 3/3. When you summon him, you reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. I don't care about that. This is a 4/4 for 3, sold. 1/4 for 2 with guard. Again, well, I mean, you can make an argument. He's not as bad as the mummy compared to this guy, but like this guy, 2/4 with 2 damage, he's way more capable of killing things or just doing damage to my opponent. I'm willing to pay 1 more mana for that compared to him. This is a 3/5 for 4 with no abilities. This is another +3 and draw card. I'm going to take those for drawing the card for cycling. So that's a worthwhile power. It is not good for your tempo early game necessarily, but it can work out. Firebolt is it's straightforward but good. It's just deal 2 damage to a creature for 1 mana. That is fine. It's not a huge swing. Like you can get more out of a minion often, but it's so useful and cheap. I mean, this guy 1/1. Dealing 3 damage to a random enemy, sometimes it hits your opponent, it's usually not what you want, but if he kills something for 3, that's awesome. But this guy rocks. 2/3 for 2, he gets +1/+0 for each enemy creature in his lane when you summon him. So he is quite possibly, like he is usually going to be 3/3 or bigger for 2 mana, unless he's like your first minion that you play, in which case you're okay with that because you got out a 2/3 for 2. Gloomray 3/3 breakthrough gets +1/+1 for each other friendly endurance creature when you summon him. That's pretty interesting. He could easily be a 4/4 breakthrough for 4, possibly more. Yeah, so far a lot of my minions are those. 1/4 lethal when he attacks and destroys a creature, you get +1 magic, so +1 max mana. So you get +1 mana like permanently with this guy. Turns out the maximum is 14, oddly enough. Because a lot of these like Argonian guys end up giving you more mana and stuff. You get up to 14 over time anyway, but it gives more space. If it was only up to 10, some of their abilities like this would not be as useful. But I don't know if he's going to kill multiple guys. If he kills even one, he has to be attacking. So when something kills itself on him, you don't get the extra mana. But we're going to take this Electro Deflection, because look at that. It's one of those 3 uses items, which I find very cool. It's pretty expensive at 5. But you just give a creature a ward. So if you have a trade there, you just like, boop, now my guy has a ward, I trade, I just lose 1 charge of this effectively, instead of losing my guy. That is amazing. Although that Lich guy seemed pretty good too. 1/1 lethal for 1, that's quite valuable. He can kill something way above his weight class. This is 3 damage, it's pretty flexible. It costs 2 more mana for 1 more damage than the little like magic bolt thing, but this one can target the opposing player instead of just minions. I don't know. This is tough though, because this guy is a 1/1 guard for 3 who just gives you +1 max mana magicka. Like when he dies, you still have the extra mana, so that's accelerating you. Oh man. Do I want to go for sort of the high cost sort of stuff, or do I want to just have this guy who's very, very cheap and useful? He has to live long enough to do his thing, although he's super good. This guy is going to give his guard, so he can block an attack. He's not going to do anything to them at 1/1, but he's still going to block an attack and +1 mana. We're going to take the Treeminder. I haven't played with him. 5/2 for 4, and when he dies, you gain 5 health. That's okay. 5/5 breakthrough for 6. This is a sort of like a neutral, like sort of fat creature, so it's not really very efficient for that cost, but it's still pretty serious. Let's try out this guy. I don't like his fragility that much, but gaining 5 health is actually pretty good. Remember, there's no max health, or if there is, it's way above the starting 30 health in this game. So when you gain that max health, is just like armor and Hearthstone. It's just good. Okay, I don't need the Maple Shield. I've got 2 of those ones where I pay 2, but I get a Maple Shield and draw a card. This guy is 2/2 for 3, and when you summon him, you give a creature +1/+1. So he could be a 3/3 for 3, or he can give it to someone else. That seems less good than a Witchman to me. I don't know. Or another Treeminder. Okay, let's get another Treeminder. We can get more expensive stuff because we know we have that. This is really good. 4/4 breakthrough for 3. Wait, I didn't realize it was breakthrough. Just 4/4 for 3 is already awesome. Holy crap. This guy is a 4/4 for 4 with guard, and your other friendly creatures can't be shackled. So he can be shackled, but nothing else can? God damn. We're going to take this guy because 4/4 breakthrough for 3 seems crazy to me. In practice, it probably doesn't make as big a deal. I don't even really care about the breakthrough that much. I just really like the stats. Again, I got to choose between Savior and a Firebolt, eh? This guy is not in the running. These guys are really good. I'm gonna want some kind of like firebolt type stuff. I gotta be able to kill things. But these guys are really solid. 4/5 for 4, that's pretty good, but he does seem inferior to the Mammoth, being a 4/4 for 3, and it has an ability. Even though that ability is, occasionally it'll do 1 or 2 extra damage to my opponent. I actually don't care that much, although if you buff him up, it starts to make a difference. This guy's a 1/1 guard with ward. He's like a Noyatron. Like, he will sit out there and take 2 hits. I don't have any like lightning bolty type stuff yet. This is 4 damage for 4 mana. That's expensive, but the prophecy thing means it could come up when somebody's hitting you, they break one of your runes, you could get to play that for free out of turn, maybe stop another attack or otherwise mess them up. I really like this as a 0-cost spell. Just give a creature a ward. That's super good. But that's it. We're going to take the Harpy because she's another 2/2 for 2, not that exciting, but having more minions is pretty good. And as a prophecy, she can come out and shackle something, which if it happens out of turn is like craziness. She can shackle something even if you play her yourself. That's why she's good. But it's just crazy when she comes out like that. Anyway, another one of these guys, I wouldn't mind having more, but I'm not focused on that. These guys are good, as much as I think he's not as good as the Mammoth. He's still a very large guy. There's also 2/1 for 1 is fine, and when she dies, you get an item in your hand. It's going to cost 1 or 2, probably just 1 mana for a +1/+0 dagger. That item itself is not exciting. There's a slightly bigger version of her that like for 1 more mana you can get a card exactly the same as her, but it's a +3/+0 like sword. I like that bigger version better. But this is still, I don't usually have a lot of 1-cost creatures. This would be a pretty good one. That extra 1 can swing things, and I might get some things that are affected by that have bonuses for items. In which case, I'd already have 3 cheap item sort of things. Tempted to take that. On the other hand, this is the arena. Just having more fatness could be good, but it's also good if I have people I can drop an enchanted plate on if I get those early in the game. Man. Let's go more fatness. I don't care. Ageless Automaton. 2/5 for 4. When he attacks a minion with guard, he gets +3/+0 in breakthrough. That is weird, but okay, so he smashes guards. This is a 1/1 for 3. Return another friendly creature to your hand. When you summon him, you can, it sounds like it's optional, return another friendly minion to your hand to give him +2/+2. So that lets you do bouncy tricks. I mean, you get to redo him, you get to redo the Harpies, like summon powers, get the Tree Minder, get more mana. Or his thing. That's really interesting. I don't know if I don't think that synergy is too much that I'm going to be able to set up. But then this isn't great. These guys, a 2/5 for 4 is bad unless your opponent has guard, but I think guard is pretty popular in this game. I know I value it. 5/5 and breakthrough when it's hitting something with guard. That's so weird. Let's take this guy. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, so this, when you play an action, she gets +1/+1. So she's very good. I don't have that many actions, I'm not going to. This is just huge. And I have 2 guys that give me extra mana, so that's really valuable. On the other hand, the Tome is +2/+2 for 4. Now there's an item that is +2/+2 for 1 mana. This costs 4, but you draw a card. Again, drawing a card, super good. I don't have all the item interaction stuff, but drawing more cards is good. On the other hand, I really don't have the fatness. The Troll, he's expensive, but he's not as fat. And I've got 2 of those extra mana guys. I think I'm going to take just like Fatso. No, the Tome's really good. If I have that much mana, I can play the Tome and then play whatever I draw from the Tome, right? Tome's really good. You're a 1/1 for 1, +2/+0 if there are no enemy creatures in your lane. That's crap. I don't like that. I don't like that style of thing. This is the guy, if he kills something enemy, he can give me mana, but he is expensive and overpriced. Out of these guys, like, he is lethal. So he can kill any minion he runs up against. Alright, I'm tempted to take her just because I like her stats better, even though her ability is pointless. But I'm going to take him. He is good. So this is 2/2 for 2, and while it's in play, you have +1 mana, which is more acceleration, right? But when she dies, it goes away. Unlike these guys who just give you +1, like as something. Cunning Ally. Okay, if the top card of your deck is Intelligence, she gives you a free Firebolt. Like, I really like her, but I'm feeling like my deck is gone way more like Endurance. Like, I don't actually have that many intelligence cards yet, which means this isn't going to be like a 50-50 chance. It's going to be a lower chance, which is not as good. I'm going to take this guy who's a 3/3. He can give a summon. He can give any creature guard when you play him. And remember, things can give it to himself. So he's a 3/3 guard, or if it's better, he can give something else guard. 0 to silence a creature. That's okay. A 5/1 for 5 with ward. I think she's overpriced. Don't get me wrong. A creature with a high attack and ward is good. 5 is so much for that to me. I've already got the Elixir Deflection to give it to something better. Elixir of Conflict, though, it's cheaper than another one. Just give a creature +1/+1. This is nowhere near as strong as the Elixir Deflection, but I feel like this would still be useful. I have a lot of minions in my deck. I think I'm just going to go with that. Okay. Again, I don't have that many actions. He's fat. She's a harpy. Shackling something when she comes out is pretty good. It is prophecy, but I think I want more fatness now. I think I've got a fair amount of like early game stuff. 2 of those guys, him, harpy, a lot of 3s. Yeah, this thing is weird. I don't know what to do with it. I've got a copy of this for real. You sacrifice a creature to summon a random creature that costs 2 more. I mean, it's probably going to be good. I don't have a lot of the like Death Rattle stuff, or whatever the hell they call Death Rattle. Where's 4 cost guy? No. Him. Last Gasp. Yeah, Last Gasp. I don't know about that. 3/4 for 3, which is great stats, and other friendly creatures can't be silenced. That's pretty sweet. This guy's a 6/5 breakthrough and drain for 6. Drain is crazy. Like, even if he hits another minion, you're going to gain 6 health. Yeah, I've got to take him. That is powerful fat. That is like expensive minions that are worth it. Here she is. That 2/1 for 2, and when she dies, she gives you a +3/+0 sword. I like that. Sword costs 2. It's fine. Heal a creature to full and give it +1/+1 for 0. 0 mana +1/+1 is, and the healing. That's pretty good. This guy's not. I would take one of them over him. But I'm thinking I'm going to take this, actually. That seems very interesting. Get another Fat Leviathan. Get the Crazy Porkless. If you prophecy this out, it's really annoying. But if you buff its attack at all, this thing can actually do a lot, like take out a lot of enemy forces. But I think we're going to take the Shaman. Still want to balance out. Still want to have that early game stuff, and he's still good late game. 2 for 2 with Ward is perfectly good minion. I'm not that excited by it. I still don't have many actions. Again, you could build a deck where these guys would be awesome. I don't think my deck's going to be that. I could have had like 3 of them by now, but they'd be starved for actions. We're going to take more fatness. 4/4 for 5, give all friendly guards +1/+2. That's not a keyword, that's minions with guard. That's awesome. This 3 mana, heal all friendly creatures in a lane, then give them all +1/+1. So you pay 3 mana, all the minions in a lane get +1/+1, and they're healed if they've taken any damage. That could be such a major swing. I could see building a deck to take more advantage of that, although I have a fair amount of like 4 health plus guys, but I've got guards, right? How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really have that many guard things left. And I'm near the end of my deck. You know what? I'm going to take this instead. Probably a mistake. I probably should have taken her, because I will be able to get more cards later if I'm winning. Steel Sword. I don't want a Steel Sword without that guy. Although, in the arena, that might be a worthwhile option. We're going to take the Crushing Blow. I don't have that many things that just do damage to something. I'm starting to feel that I don't have it. So, okay, we got weird expensive stuff. 6 mana for a guy who's 1/1, +1/+1 for each creature in your discard pile. So late game, that can be pretty big. I don't know if that's more exciting than the Lowland Troll. If you're getting out your mana faster, like you can look at your discard pile in this, but yeah. 6/8 for 7, breakthrough. When he's dealt damage, you draw into hand a 0/3 guard. I like that better than him. That's pretty interesting. This guy, 4/4, when you summon, you silence another creature or destroy an enemy support card. That's a really valuable ability. Being able to silence something is really good. Did I not get either of those 8/8s? I thought I took one. damn it. I have less fatness than I'd like. I was going to take him because he's very flexible. I really like that. But I'm going to take this because I have less fatness than I wanted. Okay. Ooh, defeat my evil twin. Because when you make your character, you choose a portrait from. They used all the same portraits for the guys. But okay, so a lot of these are different opponents completely. I had her in the previous one. We'll take someone else. But I'm guessing, like, I don't know if the portrait always represents the same deck and abilities, or if it upgrades them based on your rank. But definitely with my higher rank, I'm seeing a lot of different guys. She's just pure endurance. That's interesting. Let's see what she's got.
Let the games begin!
Yes. You can't be endurance. I'm endurance. Yeah. So she has 5 extra health. Oh, I think I have fought her before, haven't I? I wasn't paying attention to the previous time. I don't remember all those guys. This I don't really want in my starting hand. I'd rather have that later, I think, even though it costs 0. These two would be pretty good for early on. I wish I had the coin, probably, but, yeah. Elixir of Conflict, interesting. The Harpy. Okay, so I'm going first, but I can't do anything because I don't have a coin. That punk ass. See, I don't have any good ways to blow him up. That is like a major flaw. Okay, we're going to... Play her over here and check her. Not that big a deal. I'm going to be playing him in that lane next turn. He's going to give me mana. And then that guy will have to go through a 1/1 guard, which is pretty much the ideal circumstance. Assuming that's what he does, which I'm hoping. That's +1 max mana, that doesn't... Yeah, that doesn't give me the current mana. It makes sense. So if I... Oh, this is regenerate, so I'm actually accomplishing nothing by hitting that. I mean, I didn't have anything else to do because he's guard, so I couldn't... You never could hit the other guy.
Power from these trees.
That needs to die, because that's giving him mana until it goes away. This is 0/1 for 2, but you draw a card. Okay. Give her more health. I want this guy out. Elixir of Conflict, I also want this out. I can do both.
We dance in the
I can also Enchanted Plate to draw cards. I think we're going to put this out and grow her that way, though, because the mana works out right now. And it doesn't really matter if I hit this guy. He's just going to heal. But, yeah. So this is just sitting out there being useless unless my opponent finds a way to buff it. Like that. God damn it. This is a support card. It gives her a 0/3 Dwarven Spider with Guard in hand, but it also gives all her mechs, all her Dwemer things, +3/+0, which is going to be crazy. Like, this guy is suddenly big, and this 0/3... Well, that's what it is. It gives you a 0/3 that it knows is going to be a 3/3. Oh, man. This is rough. So, I need her to be big enough to kill that thing this turn, which I would use this for. But then I can't make him big enough to kill that. Annoying. This guy's going to come out and be fairly big, so that'd be good. Heal all friendly creatures in the lane. We'll do that later. So I can do him and him. I can do lots of things. Okay, hold it. I'm going to do this because I want to draw a card, and I want him to stay out there and keep buffing my things. Do I want to waste a lightning bolt on this? I doubt it. So... let's play this guy, I don't know, over here.
The longer the odds, the sweeter the victory.
We're going to buff her to 5/5, so we can take out that stupid degenerating idiot. Means this guy can't get through there unless I healing hands him, which if I do that first, then he's not really getting the healing. I could hit that and do it afterwards, but then it's not helping. It's kind of super annoying. I can't use this again in the same turn. It can only be activated once per turn. So, I don't want to do this right now. It seems bad because it gives my opponent more chance to blow it up, but making this guy tough is pretty good. So we're going to do that, draw another card, just good use of the mana. I'm going to have more mana next turn if I do that. Let's see what happens. Okay. Alright, that card, not Prophecy. I don't have that much Prophecy in here. Ugh. Give all enemy creatures in this lane guard. See, that's a weird sounding ability. Like, it means he's not going to get through to me, but it means that you can choose to attack whatever the hell you want. So that's pretty rough. Now, I could just give her +1/+0, and she can smash that. What did I draw? Tome of Alteration? That's not going to make anyone big enough to survive that. So trading her to kill it is probably pretty good. I could Lightning Bolt it. Not enough. And yeah, heal her up is not going to be enough either. Give all you guys +1/+0. Like, I could try and work to make him large enough to just barely survive that. I think I'm better off just trading her to kill it. Using the last charge of this. But, okay, let's do that. Tome of Alteration, this guy, it draws me a card, and it makes him big enough to smash that thing, which is what I want. Nice, that guy'll be good.
Blood and briar.
We can hit you for 5, it won't even break a rune because you don't, I'm sad I didn't take that guy that could blow up an ongoing spell, though, because he would be useful right now. We're just going to put this out over here.
The waters of life.
Actually, I probably should have put him here because he would have stopped that. That was so stupid. Why did I do it that way? This guy's at 3 health. It's probably a waste. Something that'll probably happen. But I'm going to give him the +1/+1 and heal him back up to full. I have a huge, crazy army. What is my opponent going to do? Now, all her mechs are +3 attack, which is pretty rough. That guy shackles an enemy, which is annoying. With this stupid, like, halls of +3 attack thing, everything is crazy, though. Man. He's still growing all my other guys all the time. It's awesome. To kill that, he'd need 2 more attack. That's not gonna work. This guy can bounce this thing. Oh yeah, because I can get even more mana then. Even though I've got pretty much max mana now. I've got tons of mana. Well, no, not max. Max is like 14, but I've got so much mana already that it doesn't even matter. I could do more stuff for now. Like lightning bolting that guy might be worth it just to get rid of his ass. I could lightning bolt him and play this guy. That's pretty fine. This guy is still beating me up. I don't have a guard over here. I wish I had a guard over here. But if I have Night Shadow out there and start doing damage to things, that's going to be really good. So yeah, I can't play him this turn though, if I do it that way. Whereas if I play him, just let that guy be there and attack whatever he wants, which sucks. Actually, he'll just attack that guy. I don't want that guy to die, but on the other hand, if I bounce this, I can replay him for more mana later, and I can play this guy. This guy will be a 3/3, that's pretty good. Okay, we're going to do that. After I attack for 1.
Seed and spleen.
I'll fight to my last.
Could have played him in the other lane too, which is an option, but that's fine. I'm going to play this guy over here then. No, he's protected by the taunt.
I am a child of darkness.
Yeah, it's a good thing you added that of darkness part, because saying I am a child is not the most fearsome battle cry. Okay, no crazy prophecy. I have huge, huge army. I'm not happy about my health right now. Okay, that guy might help my health. No prophecy, though. Enemy creatures in the lane guard. Not sure that's helping you, dude. His hugeness is helping you, but... Okay. Do I have lethal? Probably. You have 24. I'm going to hit you for 12, 16... +5, 21. I can lightning bolt you because I didn't spend it on that other guy. God damn, man. Should be able to just blow you up. Could heal all guys in this lane and give them the bonus. Ignoring the bonus, just like the healing to win the game. I think we're going to do that. We're going to go all out. Hi. Okay, we're going to do the drain first, just to make sure nothing happens to go wrong, because I want that 7 health. That makes me feel a lot better about being alive. And this will only break 1 rune.
Is ours.
No prophecy. Yeah.
Blood and briar.
Alright, you are dead. Whew. Well, we've determined that my deck can deploy a lot of fatness, although it helps that give a guy +1/+1 every turn thing never got taken out. I have a quest right now to play minions in the Shadow lane.
Which will the challenger pick?
I'll get eventually anyway. Okay, so I get to add a card to my deck. I can get another Lightning Bolt, which is expensive ass, although it does have Prophecy, or another Firebolt, or a Firebolt. I never actually took one. I'm going to take the Firebolt. This can't damage enemies, but 1 mana for 2 damage is so much easier to pick off enemy minions with that. Alright, this is our new arena run. I'm excited that the solo arena has levels that it gets harder.
Another step closer.
I think
to
you see that was
ultimate
probably more
glory.
challenging than the previous ones, but I'm sure the rest of the stuff will be more challenging, and that's awesome. So let's see how I do next time. If you enjoyed this, please activate the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonet Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.